Hello, everyone. Welcome to my green card story. My name is Bobola, and with me is
Olanike. Hello.
On this channel, we share the success stories of those that have applied for green card under EB2-NIW category. We also share tips for those that want to self-petition. On today's episode, Olanike and I will be addressing frequently asked questions about filing for EB2-NIW. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
Before we continue, I'd like to mention that at Green Card Story, we render a writing service for those that want to self-petition. So if you need someone to help you to write your petition cover letter, draft your recognition letter, can contact us. And if you have written your letter by yourself and you need someone to help you to proofread your letter and suggest ways to improve both your cover letter and your petition in general, you can also contact us. So our email address is mygreencardstory@gmail.com. You can find details about our contact information in the description section of this video. You can also follow us on various social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah.
Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Olanike, over to you.
Thank you so much, Bobola. I know a lot of people are going to watch this video. A lot of people have questions like how do they go about their petition and get a positive answer from USCIS at once. So I'm excited that you are doing this, or we are doing this, trying to answer some of those questions. So Bobola, the first question I think on a lot of people's mind is, what is EB2-NIW? How can you explain that category of green card petition?
Okay, EB2-NIW simply means employment-based second preference national interest waiver. Basically, it's a pathway for professionals to obtain United States permanent residence.
Yes.
Okay, and the reason why it's also has the national interest waiver attached to it is that you are asking the US to waive the requirement of a job and a labor certificate and grant you a green card, because the proposed endeavor, which is what you want to do, which is basically the problem you want to solve in the United States, is of national interest.
Oh.
That's a brief summary of EB2-NIW.
Okay, thank you very much. A follow-up question on people's mind to what is EB2-NIW that you've rightly answered will be who can apply under this category. You mentioned that someone who has an advanced degree, a bachelor's, and 5 years experience of work. So the question will be, all those experiences, advanced degree, should they always be in the same profession that they got their advanced degree or got their job experience?
So to file for EB2-NIW, you must either have an advanced degree, which could be a master's degree, or a medical degree, or in the US, obviously a law degree, because before you can get a medical degree in the US, you must at least have like a bachelor degree in maybe pre-med.
Yes.
Okay, and before you can also get a law degree in the US, you also have like a bachelor's degree in, let's say, psychology or maybe philosophy. Okay, so that's why a MD and a law degree are both considered an advanced degree. And there are people out there that don't have an advanced degree. They only have a bachelor's degree and they have at least 5 years of experience. So if you also meet that criteria, you can apply for green card under this
EB2-NIW
category.
Yes.
So your advanced degree must align with your proposed endeavor. So for example, if your proposed endeavor is to develop an algorithm that will address phishing email or cyber security issues, must definitely have an advanced degree in the area of tech, like a master's in computer science, or maybe a bachelor's in computer science and 5 years of experience solving different cyber security issues.
Okay, thank you so much, Babola. So the next question will be, so how do I file for a green card under the EB2-NIW category? How do I go about it?
Okay, so for you to file, to turn in a petition, you basically need to turn in a petition with USCIS, and that involves filling different forms, writing a petition cover letter, and turning in supporting document that shows that you have accomplished, accomplishment that in line or that aligns with your proposed endeavor.
Okay, thank you so much, Babola. So you mentioned that when using this route, you have to fill some forms, some USCIS forms. Can you please list some of those forms or just everything, and maybe how to go about it? When do I fill one? When do I fill the other? You know.
Okay, so the forms, there are different forms that you fill. So obviously, like I usually explain to everyone that there are 2 stages involved in applying for green card under this category. There's the petition stage and there's the adjustment of status stage. So during the petition stage, you will fill 3 forms.
Okay.
The first form is Form I-140. That's the petition for alien worker form. The second form is ETA 750B. That's the labor certificate. So there's another form that some people fill instead of ETA 750B. But for me, I prefer ETA 750B because it's simpler, it's easier to fill. The third form is G1145. With that form, you are basically authorizing USCIS to communicate with you electronically. So all those 3 forms are the forms that you fill for stage 1. For stage 2, you need to fill about 5 forms again. The first form is Form I-485. That is the adjustment of status form. It is when that form is approved that you get your green card. The second form is Form I-765. That is the employment authorization document. So USS will give like an EAD card for you to start working pending the time your green card is approved. The third form is Form I-131. That's a travel document. So let's say you are still waiting for your green card and you want to take a trip to maybe Kenya or South Africa or the United Kingdom. With that travel document, you can travel out of the US and come back into the US, and you'll be allowed to enter the US port, whether it's the airport or the land port, as long as you present your travel document card.
Okay, thank you so much, Babola.
I still have like 2 more forms. The fourth one is Form I-693. That's a record of medical examination, and it's a civil surgeon that will fill that form for you. And the last form is Form G1145, which is the form that authorizes USCIS to complete with you electronically.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much, Babola. And I really appreciate the details you're giving about each of these forms. Also, I know that the forms, they cost some amount of money. Can we just do that together? Can you tell us for the I-485, I-140, those forms you mentioned, how much do they cost roughly, and how much should I be looking at as an applicant?
Okay, so for the petition stage, the only form that you need to pay for is the form I-140. And as at now, the application fee is $700. However, USCIS is planning to increase the application fee for that form from $700 to $715. Okay, the increase in the fee have not been approved. So as at now, you will pay $700.
Okay.
For the second stage, which is the adjustment of status stage, you need to pay an application fee for from I-485. The application fee is $1,225. And that money includes the application fee for that form and also the fee for your biometrics. Okay. So if you are filing form I-765 and I-131 together with your form I-485, the application fee of those two forms will be waived. Okay. So also USCIS is trying to increase the fees for these three forms. So if that increase is approved, whether you file from I-131 and I-765 together with from I-485 or not, you have to pay an application fee for each of the form.
Wow.
Okay. So if you want to turn in your petition, you really want to turn it in right now.
Oh.
So for the next form, which is the third form, you need to pay the civil surgeon that will conduct medical examination on people. And the amount that they charge varies. So during my time, the one I found charged me $440. Someone told me about how our own civil surgeon charged $250. So that amount varies. So you need to shop around. You need to find out the civil surgeon that are close to your home or house and give them a call so that you can pick a civil surgeon that has an affordable price.
Thank you so much. It cannot get clearer than this, really. Thank you, Babola. So with $700 today, you can actually turn in your I-140. Then when you wait for whatever USCIS says about your petition, you can look for the $1,225 for the change of status. And of course, you would also get some money for the biometrics, and that varies. So that's the summary of what you need dollar-wise to make your application. So Babola, we really want to ask a lot of questions people ask, and still in line of who can actually apply under this category. A lot of people say this category is reserved for those in the STEM profession. How true is that? Is it only those that have STEM degrees or STEM advanced degrees, and those 5 years of experience are in sciences, technology, that can apply under this category? A follow-up one will be, must I still be in academia? Like, must I still be in school to apply under this category?
Okay. So filing for green card under EB2-NIW is not limited to STEM professionals. Both STEM and non-STEM professionals can file for green card under this category. So if your field falls within social sciences, art, business, and also a STEM field, you can file for green card under this
category.
category.
Yeah, the summary answer is yes.
Yes. So the next question you ask, if you are still in school, you can file for your EB2-NIW. And if you have finished your master's or your PhD or your medical degree, can still file for your green card under this category.
Yeah, that's an exciting news. Thank you. Or exciting information. It's not a news. Well, so the other question people ask in that line is, if my foreign degree, for example, if my advanced degree is from outside the United States, so if I have a foreign master's degree, can I petition for green card, US green card in this category?
Yeah, I think you are the best person to answer that question.
Yes, of course you can. I had my master's in Nigeria, and when I applied for my green card, I was still in my PhD. So the advanced degree I had at that time was the one from University of Ibadan, Nigeria, that I used for this petition. So yes, you can. People also ask, Bobola, they ask that, what if I'm still outside the United States? So I've not come into the United States. I'm still a professional. Yes, I have an advanced degree. I have years of experience working in this very important field of study to the United States, but I'm not in the United States right now. Can I petition under this category as well?
Yes, you can file for green card under this category, whether you presently live in the US or you live outside the US. Okay, so it's open for everybody.
Wow.
Irrespective of where you live.
Sure. Thank you. So another question is, some people are currently doing their PhD, but that's going to be the only advanced degree they have, and they are still trying to get it. So they just started their PhD after their bachelor's. They don't have a master's as a proof of advanced degree. They're trying to get a PhD. Can this kind of people also apply under this category?
Okay, so this is a very tricky question, but it's I'll say I've experience in it, not personal experience, but I've worked with people that were in similar situation. So I know people that they had their masters in their country of birth, and they came straight to the US to get their PhD.
You mean they had their bachelor's?
They just have a bachelor's degree. They don't have a master's degree. So as soon as they got their bachelor's, they came straight to the US for their PhD program. So this is the way it works. You know that at the beginning of this this video, I said that before you can file for green card under the EB2-NIW, you must have either an advanced degree, which could be a master's degree, or a bachelor's degree with 5 years of work experience. So obviously for those that started their PhD, in particular after their bachelor's, they probably do not have any work experience. So in order to meet that advanced degree requirement, I usually tell people to wait until they become a PhD candidate. And you know that in most PhD program, for you to become a PhD candidate, you will have turned in a proposal, defended that proposal, also probably pass a written or an oral exam. So as soon as you have met all those requirements in your PhD program, you would change from being a PhD student to a PhD candidate. Okay.
Sure.
So when you become a PhD candidate, you can approach the chair of your department and request for a master's diploma. So please note, you are not leaving your PhD program. You are still in your PhD program. You just need that master's diploma. And most departments in most schools, they will give you that master's diploma, even though you are still continuing your PhD. Okay, that's one. For some department, if you speak to the chair that you want that master's diploma, they will probably tell you to write a short thesis before they can give it to you. While on that department, in some schools, will not require you to do additional work. They will just give you that master's diploma, and with that master's diploma, you can file for your you can turn in your petition for green card under EB2-NIW. So in addition to what I've said, it's also good to even have that master's diploma if you are not filing for EB2-NIW. So I remember that when I was a PhD candidate or a student, and I was applying for internship. I remember that on the application, on the internship application page of some companies, they will ask for the highest degree that you have obtained.
Okay.
And even if you are a 5th-year PhD student or PhD candidate, whatever you call it, even if you're a 4th or 5th-year PhD candidate, the highest degree that you can type in on that website will be your bachelor's degree, if you have a master's degree. And I don't really think that will help your application if other applicants already have like a master's degree. So just getting that master's diploma will even help you when you are applying for internship, because you can show that, oh, besides your bachelor's degree, you also have like a master's degree.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Babala. That's a very clear explanation. And you just gave us another tip on how to, present ourselves professionally. So I agree that if you can get a master's, if your department has that option, you can get a master's along the way to your PhD. That would be a very fantastic one. So Bobola also mentioned that you need that year of experience. You need to be able to show, even if you're in your 5th or 5th year of PhD, you just need a certificate, a degree, a diploma to show that you have an advanced degree before you can petition under this category. Thank you so much. Bobola, so before we just go on to how cumbersome this is turning for some people, like it's a lot of steps, what are the other required documents that I have to use in supporting my petition? So some people call them additional required documents, some people call them supporting documents, but what are the documents that make my petition complete?
Thank you, Nike. So one of the documents that you need to turn in is a petition cover letter. Some people call it personal statement, other people call it statement of purpose. Okay, so it is inside that petition cover letter that you argue your case why you deserve a green card under EB2-NIW. So in that letter, you must write about your proposed endeavor. Your proposed endeavor is basically the problem you intend to solve and how you plan to solve that problem. The second thing you must address inside the cover letter is that your proposed endeavor has substantial merit. The way I interpret that is, why is it important or critical for you to solve that problem?
Okay.
the third thing that you need to address is the national importance of your proposed endeavor. So in terms of national importance, think of for national importance, you need to talk about if your proposed endeavor has importance in terms of national security, food security, national health, emergency, preparing for emergency situation, or maybe things like security of this cyberspace, or disaster management. Just think about things on a national scale that is crucial to the United States. It can be about the economy of the US, things like that. That's what you need to write about. And the next thing you need to talk about or show is that you are well positioned to advance in your proposed endeavor. So if your proposed endeavor is on infectious diseases or zoonotic diseases, then you need to show evidence that you have conducted research in that area. You need to show evidence that you have published papers in that area, that you have a record of citation. You need to talk about your technical skills, educational background. If you are giving talks on infectious diseases, you need to talk about it. What else? If you have gotten research from maybe National Health Institute or CDC, or maybe a pharmaceutical company, you need to talk about it. Okay. The last thing that you need to address is, on the balance, it will benefit the US to waive the requirement for a job and a labor certificate. And the way you address that is you talk about how your endeavor will benefit the US. So you can focus on industries that will benefit from your proposed endeavor, or you can talk about other ways that the US will benefit from proposed endeavor. So you need to address things such as, even if there are United States workers that can do the job, you need to show that your proposed endeavor will still benefit the US. Another thing that you probably want to talk about is that it is impractical for you to obtain a labor certificate. So those are the kind of things that you want to address under on the balance section. So that everything that I just talked about is for the petition cover letter. Other supporting documents that you need to attach are evidence that you have an advanced degree, and also your transcripts, recommendation letters from experts in your field. I usually encourage people to get letters from those that they have worked with, and also those that they have not worked with, because US says they look for those two types of letters. Also, if you have published paper, you want to attach copies of the papers you have published. For some, let's say you're in the social sciences field and you have published a book on leadership, you want to obviously attach a copy of that book. If you have record of citation, you want to attach copy, or maybe like a Google Scholar page that shows your citation record. If you have gotten research grants, you want to show evidence that you have gotten research grants. You also want to attach your CV. If you have a patent, you want to attach your patent. So the evidence that you can attach, it varies from one person to another. But I mean, those are the few evidence that I can think of right now. But there are others, obviously, that you can attach to your petition.
Wow. Thank you so much, Babola. Thank you. You've already told us everything that we should have in a proper cover letter, and also the other supporting documents. our detailed CV and other evidence that we work with something that has importance to the United States. So Bobola, I want to ask you a question based on your experience working with people now for so many years to put together their supporting documents. What would you say is the most common mistake people make when they are putting together supporting documents that would lead to what we will discuss in details better, which is RFE, request for further evidence? What is the most common mistake that you've run into working with people in the past few years?
So I can think of few common mistakes that people make. Number one is making bogus claims. So people call it IP. Like
they're IPing themselves.
They're IPing themselves. Like in a cover letter, a person might write, "I'm the best in my field." Okay, that's good, but you need to provide evidence that shows that you are the best in your field.
Okay.
So how are you going to prove that? So for me, if I say, okay, for example, I'm a geologist, if I say I'm the best in my field, then probably I can say, okay, let's say I've published 50 papers and I have 300 citations. Let's say I've gotten like 5 grants, one from NSF, 2 from the Department of Energy, maybe 2 from other oil companies. So let's say companies, let's say let's say the United States as a nation is looking for a new oil and gas field, or they're looking for a place to store
a plant,
CO2, and they sent me an email, they sent me a letter to invite me.
Wow.
Because they need my help to figure out where to store that CO2. Then I know that I can say confidently that I'm an expert in my field, because the US government actually wrote me and invited me to seek my
expertise on that.
My expertise on that matter. So I usually tell people that don't make any bogus claim that you don't have evidence to support. Okay, because if you do that, there's a high chance that you get
RFE. Okay.
Yeah. Number 2 is if you don't turn in the supporting documents that the USCIS officer wants to see. So one thing that can, and that's one thing that can lead to RFE. Okay. For personally, I tell people that the more supporting document that you have, the lower your risk when it comes to turning in your petition. Okay. Another thing that can lead to an RFE is if your proposed endeavor and your degree and your evidences, if they don't align with each other. For example, if you say, oh, your proposed endeavor is to solve cyber security issues for the United States, and you have a master's in petroleum engineering, and you have published 3 different papers on reservoir evaluation or on petroleum engineering, they don't align with each other. That will probably lead to a RFE.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another thing that can cause an RFE is just the USCIS officer that reviews your petition. Some are more demanding than others. Okay. So even if you turn in all the evidence, the person that read your petition can pick loopholes in each of your documents. So those are the things that can lead to an RFE. And also, you might even turn in a good petition, but USCIS, they might just want to provide more
evidence,
documents to support your petition. So that can also lead to a RFE. So the fact that you got the RFE, it does not mean that you have done something wrong. Okay.
Thank
So it's just one of the outcomes when you turn in your petition under EB2-NIW.
Thank you so much, Babola. So I kind of jumped the gun. A lot of people might be listening to us. They don't even know what an RFE is. They've not gotten to that stage yet of their understanding of this whole EB2-NIW category. So let's back up a little bit. What are the possible responses we can get from USCIS after submitting our petition under this category? What are the types of responses? What do we expect next?
Okay, so when you turn in your petition to USCIS, the first mail that you get from them is a form I-797. So
Correct.
in that form, USCIS will basically says, okay, we have received your petition, and they will assign you a number to track the status of your petition online. Then nowadays, it's taking around 3 to 4 months for them to make a decision on your case. And when that decision is made, it's either you get an approval or a request for further evidence. So an approval basically means, oh, your petition has been approved. You can now move to the next stage, which is for you to adjust your status. But a request for further evidence means they want you to provide some specific evidence.
Correct.
In that letter, they may tell you to provide maybe more recommendation letters. So let's say the initial recommendation letters that you turn in were from those that you have worked with. So they might say, okay, we want you to provide recommendation letters from independent experts in your field. So you need to go get those letters. Or so, they might say, okay, you say you got a grant from NSF. Can you provide us with details of the grant, like what criteria were used by NSF to select people for that grant and approved a grant, an application for a grant. They might ask things like that. Okay. So I think I've covered your question, right? So and when we get RFE, we need to respond to it. So you need to write like a follow-up petition cover letter and provide the evidence that USCIS requests for.
Thank you so much. We've really covered a lot of frequently asked questions today. I also wanted to add that sometimes you get an RFE because you have all the information in your cover letter, but you didn't know how to structure it. You didn't know how to arrange it. So for example, you have an advanced degree in agriculture, and rightly so, you are working with an agricultural firm right now, or you are even teaching agriculture. If you put that kind of evidence on the balance, it might not be enough evidence for on the balance section of your cover letter, but it might be a good evidence for, well placed or well placed for that proposed endeavor. So if you're trying to structure your cover letter, not putting an evidence in one section where it's not supposed to be, or where they would easily pick that you're just trying to say because you have a job in agriculture, that is why you want to use that as your proposed endeavor to get a green card. So just knowing how to arrange your evidence, how to structure your response to an RFE, and before you even submit the petition in the first place is very, very important. And that will take me to the next question.
So before we go to the next question, I'd like to add to what Josh said. It was a very good point. So for example, for the, I talked about the different things that are trying to be addressed in the petition cover letter. I said the proposed endeavor this substantial merit, national importance, and some other things. So, for example, for your substantial merit and national importance, you need to provide evidence. Yeah. So, if you put that evidence on the balance or in the well-positioned section, you probably generate an RFE because USCIS will say, "Oh, you wrote a fantastic substantial merit and national importance subsection, but you didn't provide any evidence to support your claim." So that can actually lead to a RFE. And now again, this is where the RFE works. Once USCIS believe that your post endeavor is not of substantial merit and national importance, they disregard every other thing that is in your cover letter. They will say because your post endeavor is not of substantial merit and national importance, that means you are not well positioned to advance your post endeavor, and also on the balance, it will benefit the US to waive a job offer and labor certificates.
Wow. Thank you. I think those things are very important. And that will take me to the next and final question, at least from me for now. So, Bobola, this is a lot. This is a lot. And you made mention of so many legal terms, some metrics that they look out for in the cover letter. Do you think I can self-petition? Do you think I can write what they need, or I should just give it to a lawyer to petition for me? What would be your advice? Can I self-petition under this category with all the USCIS documents you've mentioned and all the structure of the supporting document? It looks a lot to me. So what would you say? What would you say? Can I do it by myself, or I need the help of a lawyer?
Okay, so this is my honest answer, okay? You can do it by yourself, and you can also use a lawyer. It's up to you. So some people use lawyer because they think that once they employ the service of a lawyer, they won't do anything. They will just give the lawyer their document, and the lawyer will figure everything out. It's not like, it doesn't work like that. Okay? So if you use a lawyer, there's a way to work. The lawyer will give a questionnaire. Then in that questionnaire, you write details of your proposed endeavor. You write details of your accomplishments. You answer up to like 15 or 30 questions. Then you now give it to a lawyer. Okay. So now I'm going to give an example. I have a friend that used a lawyer. So after he filled that questionnaire, based on what you told me, the lawyer copied what he wrote in that questionnaire and pasted it in his cover letter and just added few things to it. And that was all. Okay? That's number one. Number two, if you use a lawyer, people think that, oh, the lawyer would draft all their recommendation letters for them, and they will just send it to their references for signature. No, it doesn't work that way. So I've had people that use lawyers, and these are people that are in my field, like in the geoscience field or in the oil and gas industry, and they reach out to me to write a recommendation letter for them. Their lawyers did not send me an already drafted letter. I had to draft a letter by myself and give it to them. Okay, so you need to consider, you need to have that at the back of your mind too. Number two, if you use a lawyer, you pay both the application fee and also the lawyer fee. So the lawyer might charge you like $5,000 to $6,000 for the petition stage, and when your petition is approved, I think they charge around $1,500 per person. So if you are married and you have kids, you need to pay for the adjustment of status. You need to pay like $1,500 for yourself, $1,500 for your wife, and $1,500 for each of your child. That's just the lawyer fee. You still pay the USCIS fee. Okay? If you can afford that, go ahead and use a lawyer. But if you can't, I guess the only option that you have is you should self-petition, do it by yourself. So another reason why people actually self-petition is because they have approached a lawyer, but a lawyer will not take their case. Because lawyers, they have minimum requirements. Like they might tell you that, oh, before we can work with you or anyone,
for this category. Yeah.
At least 3 published papers and 10
Yes.
citations. Or maybe they must have at least 7 years of work experience, and they must have maybe a patent or something. And if you don't have that, they will not even take you as a client at all. So that's another reason why some people self-petition. Okay. So in summary, yes, you can file this petition by yourself. And if you want to use a lawyer, please go ahead and use a lawyer. But you have to make that decision by yourself. And for those that want to self-petition, you are not alone. During my time, I actually filed my petition by myself. I wrote my petition cover letter, and Nika also did the same thing. And that's why we decided to render this service to people that want to self-petition. If you need help, if you need someone to help you to write your petition cover letter, or you need someone to help you to read or review your petition cover letter, and also your supporting document, you can reach out to us and we'll help you. We'll just charge you a fee for our service.
Yes. Thank you so much, Bobola. We are reaching the end of this session. I believe that we've covered a lot of frequently asked questions, but if you're watching this video and you still have some questions, please reach out to us. We've shared our email and we'll put it under the caption below this video. Reach out to us via email, reach out to us on our social media handles. We are on Instagram, My Green Card Story. We are on Facebook as the same handle, and on Twitter. So please, My Green Card Story. Please, you're not alone. If you use a lawyer or you don't use a lawyer, you can get an RFE, meaning you can get your petition denied. Well, an RFE first, so it's better you put your best leg forward. And how you're achieving that might be, yes, using a lawyer. And secondly, you can use the services of those that know how to write and have experience writing convincing cover letter that would get you your green card on the first try without an RFE. You can use our services basically. So till the next time, my name is Olanike, and over to you, Bobola.
Okay, thanks so much for everyone that joined us on this episode. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because we usually try and post video every 2 weeks. Okay, and more interviews will be coming. Right now, I have like 3 people, at least 3 people that have agreed to be interviewed, and they are willing to share their green card story. Yeah. So if you want to listen to them, that would be awesome. And two of those 3 people are in the art field. Okay.
Yeah, non-STEM.
So that are not in STEM. So that it's going to be like an awesome video, especially for those that are not in the STEM field. So please subscribe to this channel. And after watching this episode, please like this video and drop a comment in the comment box. Also, if you need our service, please send us an email at mygreencardstory@gmail.com. Thank you for joining us. See you same time next week. Bye.
Bye.